Welcome to this episode of She's All Books. Here with me today is Katherine Bittner, self-published author of 3 books. Hi, Katherine. Thanks for joining me today.
Hi,
How
thank
are
you
you
for
doing?
having me.
Yeah,
I am doing great. It's a Monday,
awesome.
so
I know that we just both ended vacations back to back. I was
yes.
2 weeks ago, you were last week, so we're coming off of that awesome vacation high, which ironically is something that connected me with you when I first read one of your books. So I can't wait to dive into it and share this with the viewers who are watching this. They can connect with your books. So I'm super excited to dive in. The way that I like to set the nostalgic 90s, early 2000s vibe is by using a paper fortune teller. I have
Perfect.
to ask, did you call this a paper fortune teller or a cootie catcher when you were growing up?
The paper fortune teller. I've never actually heard of the other one.
Okay, so same. I always called it a paper fortune teller. I feel like I might have heard it called a cootie catcher later on,
Yeah,
but I think it's regional. And you and I are both from the East Coast, right? Is that
yeah,
where you
yeah.
grew up? So I feel like where we're from in the East Coast, everyone I talk to is paper fortune teller. But when you get to the
Yeah.
West Coast or Canada, everyone's like, that's a cootie catcher. That's not a paper
What?
fortune. I know.
That's wild.
Blew my brain, the things I learned. So for those who are watching, a paper fortune teller is just a paper origami fun little toy that us millennials, and I don't know, maybe kids today are still using it. And I just don't. I'm so disconnected. I have no idea. If you're watching this and you are young, which hopefully you're not watching my channel, but if you are, let me know if you are familiar with these and if they're still active in the schools. But also then leave my channel. Okay, so what it is you ask it questions. Typically when you are using a paper fortune teller, you would say does so and so like me, about your crush or whatever. And then on the outside, it's hard to see, but there's colors, and I'll keep
Oh
reading
yeah.
them to Catherine so you don't have to memorize these.
Okay.
And on the inside, there's the numbers 1 through 8. And I remember in school, that just messed my focus up 1 sec. In school, we would ask questions, and under each of the numbers would be yes or no, or maybe whatever.
Yeah.
But the way we're going to use it for the purposes of getting to know Catherine and Catherine's books, each of these numbers correspond with a question I have for Catherine. So this is going to guide our little Q&A, and we're going to dive deeper with a little bit of a nostalgic vibe. Are you down? Are you ready?
I love this. Yes.
Okay, I'm so excited. I almost feel it's slightly therapeutic. Okay.
Yeah.
For millennials like me. Okay, so your color options are pink, yellow, green, and orange.
Okay. Pink is my favorite, so let's start there.
I think 90% of people on my show pick pink first. Okay,
Oh, that's
pink.
funny.
I'm going to start doing an analysis. All right, PINK. And your number options, which are hard to see, 1, 2, 5, or 6. 2. All right. Question number 2. All right, this is one of my favorite questions, but I feel it might be a little challenging because if I were in your shoe, I hate those icebreaker questions, and this is your typical one. But what are 3 things that readers might not know about you? And take all
Oh
the
my
time.
gosh. Okay. So a lot of readers don't realize that I have 3 books out. Because I don't talk about my first book that often anymore. That's a lot of people tell me, they're like, oh my God, I thought you just had, 1 book. So, that maybe I haven't always been a writer or even in a reader space. I just started reading, as an adult, maybe 3 years ago. And I went to school for
Writing
interior
what?
design.
2022 is when you started writing?
Yeah, 2022 is when my first book came out.
And before that, you were an interior designer, which is awesome. Yeah.
It was, but it was, I haven't done that since I started writing.
Yeah.
But, oh my gosh, what else? Oh man. Also that I'm a millennial. A lot of people, maybe this is good, but people think I'm really young,
That's
in my
great.
early
Yeah.
20s. And I'm like, no, I'm 30.
Yeah, I think I get confused with that too. Maybe not that. People believe I'm a millennial, but I think they think I'm a borderline millennial.
Yeah.
I'm oh no. I was
Yeah.
born in the Yeah. Which is a compliment. It's a compliment. We should take it.
Right. Yeah.
Even when I was just saying like about the paper fortune teller, I'm like, wait, is she a millennial? Like, I'm not 100% sure. So yes, I can
Yes.
see that.
I'm like right on the cusp, but I grew
Yeah,
up with all like older sisters and cousins. So
yeah. So you're familiar
yeah.
with a lot of the nostalgia pieces of it, and you've got
Yeah.
to live some of that too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing those three things with me.
Yeah.
When I was looking at your bio and prepping for this interview, thought that was awesome that you have three self-published books. I have read two of them. So I've read The Way You See Me,
Mhm.
which just made me fall in love with your books, and then Strayed. And then what is your third book? Just so that I saw it in your bio, and then I am blanking right now.
Yeah, that's because I never talk about it, so don't even feel bad. It's called Time to Bloom.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
make sure. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's great. It's just I like stopped writing that kind of style.
right.
Um, and so I just like, yeah, I just kind of forget to talk about it.
That happens a lot. I feel like, I mean, I'm not an author, but just from folks I've talked with, like as your writing evolves and changes and like you start to get
Hmm.
your groove, like I hear a lot of authors, they're like, oh, and I have these books that I also published before that I don't really talk about because like it doesn't really
Right.
match my new style.
Yeah.
But I think that that's so fun, and it's got to be like as an author to like evolve like that. It's really cool. It's cool for me to
It's a
learn
cool
that.
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, thank you for sharing those three things with me.
Yeah.
Something that you didn't share, but we also share in common, is we both have the cutest little pit bulls, and I love
Yes.
when you post about yours, and they look like almost twins. Like
I,
it's adorable. Mine's black and white, and yours is brown and white, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, awesome. All right. Yellow, orange, pink, or green, and it's still not focusing well.
Let's
Sorry.
do orange.
Orange. All right. Orange. You get to hear me spell colors a lot during this.
I love this.
And your number options this time are 3, 4, 7, or 8.
Okay, let's do 8.
8. All right. Question number 8. It's a fill in the blank, but not really. You
Okay.
can do whatever you want. When readers pick up my book, I hope they.
This is gonna sound mean, but I hope they cry.
I can see that. Yeah, absolutely. I hope they cry.
Yeah.
It's the type of writing that you do, without using like technical, like official terms, is
Yeah.
so readable, and the characters are so layered and complex that I could definitely see how a lot of readers are probably crying when they read your book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like if I can like get someone to cry, then I have written effectively. Like I have put that emotion in there.
There you go. If you're watching this episode and you've cried during one of Catherine's books, please let us know which one in the comments.
Yes, please tell me.
We want to know. Maybe you'll win something from me. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Yellow, orange, pink, or green?
Yellow.
Yellow. All right. YELLOW. And your number options are 3, 4, 7, or 8 again, but no 8 because we just said that one.
Okay, 4.
Alrighty. Question number 4. And you might say nothing for this one, but what is the most surprising thing that you discovered while writing your books, if anything?
Ooh. I discovered that I swear a lot in my dialogue, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've gotta cool it on this because I just write how I talk, and sometimes I swear like a sailor, and so that was a huge thing I discovered.
Yes, I didn't realize how often I use the F word,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I am gonna have to like really, I don't know, like I just want to put it in all my captions, especially when I'm like really excited about a book. I'm like, I just want to drop this out of excitement, but then I'm like, people are probably like, what is she doing?
Right.
But I personally love that. So, let me write down. See, I'll forget that we just did question 4.
Okay.
I did write it. I already forgot. I wrote it down. Okay. Pink, yellow, green, or orange?
We'll do green.
Green. All right. GREEN. 1, 2, 5, or 6, and you already answered question 2.
Okay. 1.
Question 1. Alrighty. How do you plan your books? Like, do you have a method for planning your books? Like, share with
Mm,
us a little bit behind the scenes of like how you develop your books.
yeah. So after I get an initial idea, and almost all of my ideas have actually come from listening to music, other than The Way You See Me. So my two other books came from
Okay.
music. But after I get an idea, I plot everything, like down to the scene. I write down the entire plot of my novel. And normally once I start writing it, it changes because like as I go through, I just think of new ideas. But from the beginning, I like have everything plotted. Because if I don't, I will just go off track and not finish writing the book. It'll just turn into like something totally odd, which has happened to me. I've shelved a few books that I didn't plot and they just started as romance and turned into like horror. So I just don't trust myself without that plotting.
I would just like rumble myself into like a plot hole. Like there's many reasons I'm not an author, but that is definitely one of them where like, I don't know if I'm organized enough to like plot something out. So I feel like I'd wing it and then I'd be just like writing in circles or something. Like it would be
Yeah,
yeah. But some people
that's exactly what happens.
like some people are just like I just
Yeah.
write and let the characters take me, and I'm like wow. And then some people are like I'm very good and I'm methodical and plotting it out. So it's fun to hear that. So thank you for sharing that. I find it
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Pink, green, orange, or
Wait, let's go back to pink.
not working. All right. PINK. 3, 4, 7, or 8. And you've already answered 4 and 8. So 3 or 7.
Okay, 7.
Great. Question number 7. Because this is one of my new questions I previewed to you when we were chatting before this. What is your favorite writing snack or drink? If you have one, you might not.
Um, so drink right now is like a really extravagant sparkling water. Like I'll put like fruit in it and like different syrups. It used to be coffee, but I would get too hyper while I was writing and it would just be
Yeah.
bad. Snacks, it it's usually like chips or something, like something really messy that always gets all over my keyboard.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I could see. Yeah. I would probably want something crunchy.
Yeah, it has to be crunchy.
Yeah, like something crunchy, and then uh my drink lately of choice is so not good for you, but Coke Zero with a packet of True
Oh,
Lime. Like I don't know why something with the
oh,
true thing with the
yes.
lime in it.
Yeah.
So
I've
good.
been
True
adding
Lime.
lime to just everything lately. Like it's just a thing.
Yeah, and True Lime is like actually just like crystallized lime, so it's not like
Yeah.
sugar. Like yeah, it's so good. And in the Coke Zero, I can't drink Coke Zero without it now, and I keep the packets in my purse when I go to like whatever
Oh my
restaurant and I
God.
get
I
Coke
love
Zero
that.
because it's weird, but I absolutely love it. And Haley Warren, I think you know her,
Yeah.
right? Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I think her story is how I found your book. I can't remember. Here I'm on a tangent, but she likes Coke Zero, and I'm like, please try it with a True Lime. They don't have it where she's located.
Oh.
And then that makes me think about this other tangent. If you're watching this and you're ever in a book slump and you don't know what to read and you're just like not in the mood for anything on your TBR list or whatever, I recommend stalking your favorite authors' stories. And when they start
Mm-hmm.
to hype up another book, pick one of those because every time I've done that, like with your book, like I end up finding like a new favorite book and a new favorite
Yeah.
author. So there's a little tip. Take it or leave it.
No, I love that. That is a very good tip.
Yeah, it's just always because I don't know why I've always it started off like I started stalking like Diana Elliott Graham and then I found like Haley Warren and then I found you and it's been successful for
Yeah.
me. I appreciate
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Pink, yellow, orange, or green. Yellow. Okay. Whoa, as it pops out of my hand. YELLOW. You only have one number left on this.
Okay.
And then it's question number whoa, whoa, 3. Question number 3.
Okay. Okay.
That works. Okay.
Perfect.
Question number 3. So we've talked about the 3 books that you currently have published, and we're
Mm-hmm.
going to talk more about them, of course. But are you working on anything right now that you can share with us? And you can, if you can't, that's fine too.
Yes.
A little like sneak peek, or not sneak peek.
Yeah. So I'm working on my 4th book. I am about halfway done writing it. It is the title's already out on my Instagram, so I'm not revealing anything super
I
exciting,
feel
but
like
it's titled
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a few weeks ago. I haven't put a lot out there. It's called Unravel Me. It is a forbidden romance,
Yes.
a forbidden love romance. The tropes always change by the time I publish it, but that is like the one that it's going to be based off of. And I have been like taglining it as Sweet Home Alabama's spicier younger
Yes,
sister.
I remember that post. I was at the beach when I saw that. And I was like, yes, give it to me. And then I love
Yes.
post like little like behind the scenes like of you working on it, like writing
Yeah.
and getting your word counts or whatever. Like I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so
So I'm very
excited.
excited.
Okay, I'm gonna do it right here. Can't wait to get my fingers on that. I mean, how do you like that tagline? Like, how can you not like just want to like pick it up and figure out what this is? Like, that sounds amazing.
Right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
excited.
I mean it's the book I wanted to read. Like I've been searching for a book like that, and I was like, okay, I guess I just got to do this
I
job
love
myself.
that. I love that. It's like, oh, I can't find what I want here. I'm just gonna write it since nobody else has.
Yeah,
Love that. I can't wait to read it.
thanks.
Righty. Three. What? See, I just if I don't write down. Here we go. If I don't write down the numbers, I'm gonna just like start asking just random things. Okay. Green, pink, orange, or yellow.
Um, orange.
Orange. All right. Orange. You already answered all of those. We're gonna fib a little bit. For this group of them, 1, 2, 5, or 6, you have 5 and 6 left.
Okay, let's do 6.
All right. Question number 6. All right. Can you tell the viewers and readers a little bit more about your books? Like maybe like a breakdown of like the main tropes in each of the 3 that are currently released. Your little, if you were in an elevator, your elevator pitch for those 3 books.
Okay. Okay. So, my first book, Time to Bloom, is a college romance, and it is all about nostalgic love. It's like your first love, going off the deep end, like just ignoring everything except that other person. It is a very nostalgic college feel. It is not super spicy, but it is very angsty. And then my second book, The Way You See Me, is like the perfect beach read. It is a short book. It's fast paced. It follows like a misunderstood hippie girl who goes to the beach. I'm so bad at summing up this book because it has so many elements in under 200 pages. Um, but this book is all about like found family, self-love, as well as like letting someone love you. And then Strayed is my newest novel, and that is a emotional suspense novel. It has a little subplot of love, but it's more about like the story of the main character, her resilience, and like her healing her trauma and learning to like love and trust again. So
And I love those
that's the breakdown.
in all 3 books. But especially the 2 I've read, like how the female characters are strong, but like at the same time, I almost feel like they don't realize how strong they are. They learn it.
Yeah.
And like you said, they learn to love themselves through the book.
Yeah.
I just because I'm super annoying, I have to say that like The Way You See Me is based in the Outer Banks, which is my favorite place in the world. And when I was
That's in my sweatshirt.
yes, oh my gosh, I love the Outer Banks. We always stay in Duck, but we've stayed other places also. But like
Yeah.
we pretty much like gravitate towards Duck when we book our vacations. But when I was reading it, it was like before summer, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is making it extremely hard for me to wait for our vacation because I could feel it, like I could see it, I could almost smell it. Like it was just like it hit all of the.
Oh, I love that.
I love it. It was so good. So it's gonna always be one of my favorite books, and it was based.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So, anyways, I just had to plug that in there. So
Thank you.
You love going to the Outer Banks as well.
Yeah.
There you go. You have no reason to not read this.
Right.
All right. Orange, green, yellow, or pink. And I think this is our last question.
Okay, we'll do pink.
All right, and we're just doing this for the fun because we already know what question you have to answer. Okay.
Yeah.
P-I-N-K, and oh look, let me fix that. 3, 4, 7, or 8, and it has to be question 4. Does that sound great?
Yes, that's perfect.
All right. This is when like my little plan always backfires, but still,
Right.
I will not give up the paper fortune teller. Okay. Question number 4. All right. You can pick one of your books, and if you were to dream cast it for a movie, who would the cast be for the main characters? And this is always hard too. Well, I say this is hard, and then I had somebody on here, and they're like, "Oh, I already know," and they like just like, listed the people out. I was like, "Never mind. I don't know if it's hard or not."
Oh my God. It's
Yeah.
very hard.
Okay.
This is so hard. Because I honestly have never thought of this, but okay, no, I've thought of it with Time to Bloom probably the most because that's like my oldest book. So I would have to go back in time a little bit because this actor's older now. But for Time to Bloom, the two main characters are Larkin and Wesley. And Wesley would be Charlie Hunnam um, from Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, that's kind of who he's based off of.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and the female would be Lily Collins. I hope
Okay.
that I'm really bad at celebrity names. Um,
I know who she is.
but those are like the two main characters. For the other books, I haven't even thought about it.
Well, if you do ever think
Yeah.
about it, tag me in it in a story so I can know who your dream cast would be.
Okay, I definitely will.
Well, thank you so much for entertaining me with a fun round of
Yeah.
Paper Fortune Teller and answering those questions for me. I appreciate it. So now we're entering the second portion of this interview, and surprise, more nostalgic games. You get to pick though this time. So the options
Okay.
are MASH, Never Have I Ever,
Mhm.
Two Truths and a Lie, or Truth or Dare. I always want to say Truth and Dare. Truth or Dare. So they're all going to have like a bookish twist. It's not going to be anything like
Okay.
me daring you to do something crazy. All would be
Yeah.
bookish related, but it does make it challenging. So
Mm.
those are your options. You get to pick which one.
Let's do the Never Have I Ever.
Okay, perfect. So it's a bit challenging. So we're gonna just do 3 fingers for Never Have I Ever.
Okay.
And then for those watching, if you've never played Never Have I Ever, you start off usually with 5 fingers. And then every time, like if I said never, I'm going to give an example. Never have I ever, I used this in the last episode, so I'm going to use it now. Never have I ever read Monster Smut. If you did, then you would have to put a finger down, and then you'd be left with 2 fingers. And then the first person to go out would lose, and then the person with the fingers remaining would win. Oftentimes, this was played with beverages involved in college. It's a little bit different playing it in this setting, but we'll try to keep it bookish related. And yeah, does that sound right to you?
Perfect. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Perfect. So we'll do 3 fingers because it can get hard. We'll watch. It'll be super easy for us. Not like we could have been 5.
Right.
Okay, so you're the guest. You get to pick. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I'll let you start.
Okay. All right. For my first one, I will say never have I ever given a 1-star review. Awesome. We have that in common.
I don't think I have. Yeah. Oh man. This is really hard.
I'm going to narrate everything like about our fingers after each question because this is going to also get uploaded to podcast verse.
Oh, right, right.
And they don't see this most likely, so I'll be narrating.
All right. I might have to steal yours just because it was really good. Though never have I ever read Monsters.
Same.
Oh wait, I keep that up.
Yeah,
I keep my fingers.
Have all 3 fingers up because neither.
Okay.
Like I always say, like, I am not against it. So like if anyone has recommendations, like drop those also in the comments because maybe I need to read Monster Smut. I don't even know. So anyways.
Right. Maybe I'm missing out.
Yeah, I could be missing out. So like leave the comment. Okay. Never have I ever. See, this gets so challenging. I think we have a lot of comments why it's hard. Okay, never. Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna just play dirty. Never have I ever written a book based on the Outer Banks.
All right.
All right, a finger down for Catherine. I won't do that anymore. I just had to.
No, that's fair.
nice to my guests on the show, or else you guys won't come back.
Yeah. All right. Never have I ever read more than 3 books in a month.
I will put my finger down. So now we both only have 2 fingers up. Yep. All right. Okay. Never faced a character off of. Have you? Can you tell me which character or no?
Yes. Scarlet.
Okay.
She is like 100% me when I was like 25.
I love it. So now Katherine has 1 finger. I still have 2 fingers. It's your turn.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Never have I ever DNF'd a book, but this is specific. Less
Okay.
than 50% in. I
Okay,
always
that is
go until the very end.
What?
Ugh. I
You
wait
always
until
do?
like I will like I've not finished books, but
Yeah.
like I will read to like 75%. I'm just like holding out.
Yeah, see, if I
It's
get
awful.
25%, I feel like I'd finish it, but like I'm such a mood reader, like it really has to be like
Yeah.
the mood for it. And if I'm not in the mood for it, like I'll come back.
Yeah.
Likely I'll come back to it. Like it's not if I
Yeah.
stand with the book, it's not like I'm never, ever, 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 ever reading that book again. But yeah, I need to work on my DNF game. Okay. Never have I ever. mm, Never have I ever read reviews about The Way You See Me.
Oh God. Every day.
Okay, so now I mean, I won and I feel bad because I played dirty.
Yeah.
But, I have
It's
to ask you
okay.
about that because like I said, not an author. How is it like reading reviews people write about your book? Like, I feel like that would be such a mind game for me. But some people
It's
are stronger than me.
it's really bad. It's really stupid
Yeah.
to do as an author. Sometimes I will go in because you can adjust it and just read the 5 or 4
Okay, good.
stars.
Good.
So
Yeah.
sometimes I'll do that.
Just do that.
Luckily, like, yeah, knock on wood, I haven't had a lot of bad reviews. Like I have like less than a handful of bad reviews.
Okay, good.
And it's people who just like didn't finish the book.
Yeah.
Which is totally fair.
I love seeing everyone's different ways of reviewing books. I'm not saying my way is the right way to review books. It's just the way that works for me to review books. But
Yeah.
I just always like to remind people like reviews are very subjective.
Right.
Uh,
Well, I'm with you.
yeah.
So.
Well, thanks for me tangent us. Thanks for playing that game with me. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Please let the viewers know where they can connect with you. I'll also drop all the links into the caption so people can quickly link and connect. But where
Okay.
can readers find you and your books?
Yeah, so I'm most active on Instagram. It's Katherine Bittner, the Katherine Bittner
Yes.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
I have all my books linked there. All my books are on Kindle Unlimited, on Amazon, but I also sell them on my own website where you can buy like signed copies.
Nice.
And I'm also on TikTok
Yeah.
at Katherine Bittner Writes, and I have a TikTok shop with my books.
Awesome.
So
And
those are the
I find
2 main places.
on TikTok too, right? The TikTok shop.
Yeah.
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 Perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. Any other plugs?
Yeah.
Anything you want to tell readers, viewers, anyone? Anything?
Just stay tuned for my 4th book. I'm very excited about it, and like the ARCs will be open soon and pre-orders, so that's it. I'm just excited. I'm really excited. Yeah.
I was so excited when your name popped up and you signed up to be on here because like I said, just absolutely felt my first book I read of yours, fell in love with it, The Way You See Me.
Thank you.
I can't wait to read all of the books that you come up with in your future as an author, and
Thanks.
I'm really grateful that we've connected. So thank you so much for being
Yeah, me too.
I had so much fun. I hope you'll come back when book 4 releases so we can talk all about it.
Definitely.
That would make me super happy. And also jump the questions for you then. But thank you so much. And everyone, make sure you check out Katherine Bittner and all of her books and connect with her online. All right. Have a great one.
Thanks.
Till the next time. Bye.